Okay. Got it.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Business Boot Camp. I'm Heather Gravely, and I'm one of the directors on the team. I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited that we've got some people showing up. This is great. I don't know why this is not giving me the view I want. I'm trying to get the speaker view. Oh, well, that's okay. Okay, so we are here to talk about why recruiting fixes everything. Um, so most of you don't know, but I was just this weekend at a leadership retreat in Jacksonville, the second one in like 3 weeks. Tina, Miriam, and Aubrey and I went a few weeks ago, and we heard from some amazing national executive directors, including, oh my gosh, I'm not even going to remember everybody. We had heard Sharon Zellin, Jill Lerner, Claudia Bazar, Marna Ross, among others. And so this weekend, I went back and for a whole new set of national executive directors that were there, including Ellington Boyce, Stacy Itzel, well, Michaela was supposed to be there, but she wasn't, so we had a video from her. We had Brittany Sunday, we had Steve Drapowski, and a few others there too. So it was absolutely amazing. And their level of energy about everything was huge, huge. And so I'm kind of fired up. So I'm sort of glad that I was
Yay.
in charge of this one. And obviously we have such amazing opportunities this month, especially because of all of the promotions that Pampered Chef is giving us this month for building a team. And so I know that's kind of something that we haven't been great at in this organization. We haven't been great at recruiting, right? Is that fair to say? Is that fair to say? And so I think that it's an important piece of our business. And if we ignore that piece, you're ignoring a whole like chunk of the business. Yes, there's selling, which is great. Yes, there's booking parties and having parties, which is great. Recruiting is important. And so what I say a lot of the time to my team is if you are going for the sale, if you are trying to get sales, you're doing it wrong. You should be going for what, Catherine? The party, right? Yeah, the party. I always say go for the party. You don't go for the sale, go for the party. But really, if we're doing it really the right way, instead of just going for the party, we should be going for the recruit, for the team member. So we talked a little bit before we started recruiting about why are we not recruiting? I mean, we know that, everybody says we always hear recruiting fixes everything. And we know that we should be building a team, and Pampered Chef gives us all of these tools. But why are we not recruiting? And so a couple things that were said, and I don't have the chat up. Let's see if I can pull the chat up. A couple things that were said were not knowing the answers to some of the questions that the new recruits might have. It was said, well, we don't want to waste our time. Aubrey said, don't want to waste her time if she brings somebody onto her team, invests a lot of time into that person, and then they don't do anything. So that can happen. And I know there's a lot of fear involved. Is there anything else that anybody would bring up? I have a couple more that I could bring up, but anybody else want to share? Why are you not recruiting? Because I didn't at the very beginning. When I first joined Pampered Chef, I didn't recruit for, I want to say like 5 months or so, because I didn't want to. I just wanted to make it about me collecting a paycheck, me having parties and selling. And I thought, no, I don't want to build a team. That's just not who I am. Maybe fear of being judged by the people around me. So anybody else want to share a reason you're not recruiting? There's no judgment. This is a no judgment zone.
I didn't recruit for 6 months either. And the reason being is I didn't have the belief. I really didn't believe that people would be genuinely interested. And I just figured if someone wanted to join, they would just come up and ask me, and we all know that's not true. But the thing I did realize, there is a recruit at every show, but there's not a recruiter at every show. And when that light bulb went off, then things changed.
I think Sheila hit on one of my major things that I wanted to mention, which is belief. If you have to believe in yourself, in your ability to recruit, but also to lead that new recruit, right? That new team member. You have to believe in the company, that the company is going to do what it says it's going to do, that the company has a product that's valuable to everybody out there, but also the industry as a whole, that we're in a place where, we can sell stuff, like our product line will sell even if the economy isn't great or whatever. So there has to be a belief, and I think it starts with ourselves. I think more than anything, I think we believe in the company pretty much. I know I have a huge belief in the company after everything that we've been through. But a belief in yourself is really the hard part. And so you have to change your mindset, because you have the tools. There are unlimited trainings and unlimited resources. As far as if you need trackers, there are people sharing trackers. If you need training on how to do something technological, there's trainings on how to do Canva or Project Broadcast or things like that. There's trainings everywhere. People are so willing to share their posts, share their parties, and it's really, there is unlimited potential to grow yourself. So even if you can't do it right now, or even if you don't believe you can do it right now, we should change that mindset and say, I know Miriam's going to know this, and say, well, I can't do this thing yet, or I might not be good at this yet. And if you add that word yet in there, it changes everything, really. So, if you find yourself with that negative self-talk, you have a belief problem. So, there are some issues about, there is some extra work involved and things like that, but the reward is huge. So, if you can realize that recruiting is not something that you're doing to someone, it's what you're doing for someone. And that's where our mind shift has to change. Our mindset has to shift completely. Recruiting is something we do for someone, not to someone. And once we realize that, once you believe in this opportunity as just that, an opportunity, then you are going to realize that it's selfish to hang on to it. Myself. So think about, what if, and how many of you joined Pampered Chef following a party? You had a party, or you were getting ready to have a party and you signed up. Anybody? Sheila? I know I did. Anybody else? Okay, Tammy says yes. Catherine, I don't remember early on. I think you did the first time. I think you did, maybe. No, you're muted. Sorry.
Yeah, so maybe.
Yeah, I think the first time you did. Just think about, what if you had been the consultant at that party that you went to? Okay, what if you had been the consultant there and you didn't ask yourself to join? Like, what if you had been the person there and you never asked you to join, right? I mean, it's holding on to something that you could be giving away for free. It's this gift that you have in your hands at every party. It's whether you're going to give it out to somebody or not. Because I know for me, if I had never been asked, if Tina had had that party and she had never asked me that first time, but then, later on too, if she had never asked me, my life would be drastically different today. I don't even want to think about it, but it would have been drastically different if she had not asked, if she had been selfish with that and held on to it instead of giving it away to me. Then I would not be here today, and I would be, my life would look very different today. So think about that. Think about the people that this business has helped and changed and transformed into something new. Every time you say, oh, I don't know if I want to ask that person, you think about that person. If it's you or if it's somebody that their lives have changed because of Pampered Chef. I know I went up to a lot of people. I went up to I think it was Navenna or maybe Kathy Cocazella, who is one of a couple of the home office people. And I told them that my life has changed because of this. And I got confidence and things like that because of this business. And it doesn't just give money, it gives confidence, it gives, for me, it gave purpose, it just gives so much, and you all know your own stories. So, so in addition to that, think about, if you are in, what else, why else should you recruit? I don't know how many people on here are, or listening later, are in their first 90 days, but you get fast track rewards. Think about all the rewards you're going to get for recruiting. If you're in your first 90 days, you're going to get, all right, ready? See if I can remember them all. 50 Pampered Chef dollars, whether you're in your first 90 days or anybody, you're going to get 50 Pampered Chef dollars once your new consultant qualifies, $100 cash in addition to that if you're in your first 90 days. This month, you get a cute little apron. You get trip points. Catherine, I'm talking to you. You get trip points. What else am I forgetting? You get the overrides, you get extra money, you get an activity bonus if they're active. But even more than all of that stuff, your business will be stronger for it. And I doubted this when I first started recruiting. I was like, how could that be? When Sheila told me that a director makes 40%, typically averages about 40% more per paycheck. What I found when I started recruiting was that I was more invested in my own business. Okay. So, I want you to picture this for a second. You decide you're going to get healthy. We all decide that 12 times a year. And you're going to start going to the gym. Okay. You decide, I'm going to join this gym. I'm going to buy the cute workout clothes. I've got this. I'm ready to go. I bought the cute sneakers and the cute gym bag. And you decide, okay, I'm going to start going on Monday, because we always have to start on Monday, right? And you start going to the gym by yourself because, you don't want to ask anybody to go with you. And you want to just listen to your headphones and be, on your own. So a few days in, you're doing good. Then you start getting tired and sore because you haven't worked out in a long time. And then you pass the donut place on your way to the gym. You're like, I'm just going to stop in there for a donut. I'll eat it after the gym. But no, you eat it before the gym because it's a donut. And then after a few more days, you stop going to the gym. Okay. Next scenario, you say, you know what? I'm going to bring a friend to the gym. Okay. I'm going to have a workout buddy. I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to go every day or 5 days a week with this workout buddy. Isn't your workout routine going to be stronger because of that? You're going to probably work a little harder when you're there because, you don't want to be like lazy in front of your friend. You have an accountability person so that if you don't feel like going, your friend's like, come on, I really was going to go today. You got to go. So I'll go. So you guys get together and, hopefully that'll last a little bit longer, right? Third scenario, what if you become the trainer? What if instead of just being an accountability person, you are the trainer. You become the expert. You have somebody who's looking to you to lead you through their workout. Are you not going to go to that gym? Even more, what if you become the leader of a workout class, of a whole group of people that you are leading through their workout, through their health journey? They are being not just accountable to you, you're pushing them. You're believing in them when they can't believe in themselves. Are you just going to stop going to the gym? So it's like that with our businesses. When we have somebody who is looking to us as an example, as a motivator, as an inspirational leader, then they're going to go to the gym. You're going to go to the gym. You're going to show up for your business more because you have somebody watching you. And that is the first thing that happened with me when I started recruiting. I had a little rock star on my team and I was like, well, I can't let her beat me. I'm her, I'm her recruiter. I've got to do better. And I started investing more in my own business. And then I really started going for it. Once I hit director, I was like, oh my goodness, I have to do well because these people are watching me. I had eyes on me. And so that's sort of a little bit of a picture of why you want to recruit. If who here is happy with the strength of their business? Who would not want to improve and strengthen their business right now? Anybody? You're happy, you're good where it is? I think we all want to strengthen our business. And if you want to strengthen your business, then recruiting is the way that you'll get there, because it's more long-term strength, because you have people, you know, walking alongside of you, and you're having to push them along, and they're, you know, they're keeping an eye on you. But also, wait, I lost my train of thought for a second. Oh, I was going to say, and if you don't want to strengthen your business, or if you don't want to recruit at all, if you're like, recruiting is not for me, then you're really giving up a part of your business. And also, honestly, like, why even be on the call, right? You know, if you're not going to recruit, like, why even, you know, we want to strengthen our business. And the people that are here on this call are here because you want something more from, wow, Raquel, you just like read my mind. You read my mind. I was about to say those exact words. You want more. You know that there's more for your business. That is why you're here. And the people that are here, you're here for a reason. You're not here because you're good with where things are. You want to learn. You want to show up for your business. And that's the way to do it. So how do you get recruiting? I'm not even looking at the time. How do we get recruiting? Number one, wait, let me see. I thought I stuck something else in there. Okay. Number one place to start recruiting, you guys know what I'm going to say, bookings. You got to get parties to start recruiting. You can't go out and say, oh, I just want to recruit everybody, but you need to be in front of people. And so, or online with people. So you want to have a strong show calendar, whatever that looks like for you. Everybody's business is going to be different. My full show calendar is not going to be the same as Catherine's show calendar, or Sheila's or Melissa's. We're all different. We have a different business, but you decide, write down, what would a full party calendar be for your business? What would that look like for you? And you can start with your, with the income goals you have, and work it backwards. I always say $500 is the average party because it just makes my math easy. So start there. The second thing is, when you have those parties, you want to work the asking into your host coaching. You want to make sure you're asking, you ready for this? How many times? How many times are you asking each host? 6. There's a 6th one in there. I'll get it to you later. I don't have it in front of me. I know I'll forget it. So, but it's actually 6 times. I know that sounds crazy. 6 times for each host. Because your host is your best recruit lead. It's your hottest lead. Why go out and talk to all these people about the business at a restaurant or wherever, when you can be talking to the person who wants free Pampered Chef stuff, who loves Pampered Chef stuff enough to spend a week with you on an online party, right? So that's going to be your main part. And then another step is, in your parties, connect with every guest, every single guest. I forget what I always say about connecting with every single guest. I forget, but this weekend they said you want to pick the carcass clean, like the turkey the turkey bone.
I like that.
Clean. I know, I hadn't heard that before. You want to create conversations with every single guest you can. And if you're at, like, you know how you do the 2-way conversations on Messenger, so it doesn't go into what I call the abyss, the message request folder, AKA the abyss. If you are, and so you've got people's phone numbers if they've placed orders, so you can text them, right? You have the Facebook Messenger if you've connected with them, a 2-way conversation. And if you are sending friend requests, you've got that too. If you're hanging around, like, look at your numbers. If you have, I'm just gonna use 50 because it makes my math easy. If you have a party with 50 people in there and you've connected either on one of those 3 ways, orders, Facebook Messenger, or friend requests that have been accepted, if you've only hit like 10 out of the 50, you're at 20%, That's low. That's too low. If you're at 15, 20, you shoot for like at least 50% of the people who join the party, you get some kind of connection with. Okay, that's a goal, 50%. Some of my parties lately are more like, what did I say they were, Catherine? Like 75%. Like I'm in the fifth, I'm shooting for the 50 to 75% range in mine. Whatever it takes to get that connection going and make real conversations, there are ways to do it. Just increase like how many times you say, oh, message me to my m.me, you know, send me a message and I'll send you a recipe. Pick which recipe you want, or which of these products do you have? Comment below, and then they comment which products they have, or you know, what's their favorite Pampered Chef recipe or Pampered Chef product, and they comment below the post, and you can write back to them and say, oh, I'm going to send you a recipe. Click here, my m.me to see it, you know, and that's creating a conversation. So there are ways to do that, increase that, because those people are going to be the ones, even if they're not able to sign up and join the business right now, you can contact them later. They become your leads later. If there's and once you start that conversation, this is where I was going with that. Once you start that conversation with them, it's amazing how often they will tell you, oh, I have everything in the catalog, or, oh, I have nothing because I'd never even heard of Pampered Chef. My cabinets are empty. My mother used to sell Pampered Chef. I've heard that so much lately. So she had everything, but I don't have everything, or she gifted me a couple things. I had a wedding registry of Pampered Chef. People like tell you everything. I used to be a Pampered Chef consultant. Like, how I'd probably get that once a party. And without that two-way conversation, without that real authentic conversation with somebody, if I had just sent them a quick message, I would never have found that out. And so if somebody tells me, this is a tip, if somebody tells me that they used to sell it, they go on a separate list. I've got a list just for everybody who says that they used to sell it at some point in time. So, and then you want to, let's see. Yeah, and be on the lookout for people that have a problem that Pampered Chef can solve. So even if they didn't used to sell it or anything like that, in these conversations, you can be asking, one of the questions you can ask is, well, what are you dealing with in the kitchen? What's your biggest struggle in the kitchen? If they say, oh, I'm just so busy because I work 3 jobs, there's an opportunity there. If they say, let's see, if they're retired and, you know, they just are out of ideas of what to make, there's somebody right there. If one of their struggles is they're a stay-at-home mom and they just can't find meals for their picky kids, there's somebody right there. Okay. There's just so many opportunities once you get having a conversation with them. And then the next step would be outside of parties, look for people that, the same thing, you know, it's all of the above, that are stay-at-home moms that post a bunch of pictures of food, that used to have a direct sale business. Just because they didn't do well with the first one doesn't mean that they won't do well with Pampered Chef, because Pampered Chef is a completely different product. And if they're in love with Pampered Chef, they would make a great consultant. That's one of the most important things, I think. Any questions so far? I've got one more thing to talk about. Let's see, I see a couple things in the chat. Anything? Yeah, okay. No questions? All right. The last thing to ask that I want to talk about is ask yourself, are you using all of the tools that Pampered Chef is giving us every month? Okay, so if you guys want to put in the chat or shout out, like, what are some of the tools that they're giving us this, like right now or ever? What are some of the tools that they give us for recruiting?
Well, this month is a great recruiting promotion, you know, 25% off your kit.
25% off the kit. Yes, 25% off the kit. I mean, my goodness. Okay, think about this and we'll go hand in hand, because we all know that the stand mixer for free is, you know, something that people can earn when they hit $12.50 in their first 30 days. So plus the other fast track rewards too, right? Think about this for a second, all right? You have somebody who wants to order a bar pan, right? $50. What is it? What is the kit right now with the bar pan and all the other stuff that comes with it? Right now it's $37.50. Okay. I'm not, yes, we want to encourage them to sell and say, well, I'll run this, we can flip this into your launch party. That's why it's also important to ask your host what they're looking at. If they're looking at the grill and griddle, which I have somebody who is, if they're looking at the grill and griddle, the grill and griddle set with the waffle plate and the pancake mix or whatever is $433 full price. So half of that would be $215, right? Is that right? Is my math right? $215, yeah, $430.
Yes. Yes.
So if it's a half price, 60% off would be a little less than that. I can't do 60% off in my head. But with the gigantic kit full of 800 and something dollars worth of stuff, it's $187.50 right now. Same thing with the air fryer. It's usually $299. So 60% off is like, what is it, like 220-ish? I mean, 120, something like that. Is that right? And a half price item would be $150. That's how much it is on sale right now, the kit, with all the stuff, $700 and something dollars. I think it's $700 worth of stuff. Even, okay, think about this. The rapid prep mandolin is typically $70. Well, it comes in the cast iron kit for $75 right now. So, and it comes in the cast iron kit. You get the cast iron, which cast iron is $70 and the kit is $75. So it's like, we have opportunities this month to say, well, you know what? It's actually, if you've ever thought about this business, if you've ever thought about doing something like what I do, why would you not? You were going to buy you had the rapid prep mandolin in your cart right now, Susie host, then why not just, turn this and if she was already hosting the party, she could even take a kit credit and get it for less. So it's, these are just things to think about as you're talking to your host, as you're talking to your customers, and just say, hey, have you ever thought about doing something like this? If there's a customer out there who wants that rapid prep mandolin or cast iron, why not ask? Because it's $5 more for the kit. Okay. See. Another one of the tools obviously is commission, because, we can all use that to pay off some debt and pay, for gas going down the road. The product discounts, let's see what else. And honestly, even in a month where there isn't a 25% off the kit special, our kits are amazing prices. That's amazing values. And so if you can be excited, even in a month where there is no special, but especially this month, if you can be excited about it, the people you're talking to are going to be excited about it, right?
Every month's a good month to recruit.
Every month. And the last thing that I feel like this tool that Pampered Chef gives us that we can kind of leverage, that we really don't as much, it's the friends that we make through this business and the friends that are like there to support us in this business too. I feel like that's something huge that I've gotten out of this business that I was not expecting, were the people that I've been meeting. The people that I met even just this weekend were amazing, and they're so willing to share. Everybody is so willing to share with each other, but they're also willing to support you, even if you're on a completely different team. So it's just, that's something to talk about too, because right now people are needing those connections. They're trying to get back to cooking parties. They're just wanting to connect with people because they're kind of tired of being isolated. And that's something else that Pampered Chef has. You can gather around to talk about food. What better thing is there? Everybody needs recipes. Everybody loves getting new recipes. And as opposed to something like a hand lotion where you can't really give them something, or, at these parties, we have that. We have the ability to get everyone together. So that's what I have for you. I hope that everybody is going to commit to recruiting one person. Directors, we're looking for 2, but consultants, I hope everybody on here will commit to getting one new team member this month. And
And Heather,
Catherine, you're
when,
getting more. than
Heather,
that.
when I told you that you would make 40% more income when you became a director, you want to share with everybody what you found out?
Oh, yeah, it was. I think it was like right
Actually,
around 40 to
It
50%.
was actually higher than what you thought you said, so.
And even more than that, like I said, when I became a director, I kind of went more in, so my sales were higher on their own too, because I felt more responsible for the people on my team.
And I,
Don't forget, if you do become a director, you get all those amazing new products when they come out. You get boxes and boxes and boxes. So that's kind of a fun little perk.
and ladies on the call, 5 people and you're a director. And so when you recruit, add 5 people. And I like to make a little note of, I have this little book that says, I don't know who you are, but I will find you and recruit you. And so I like to keep track of, I know Heather has.
I don't
one of
have
these.
mine in front of me, but I've got that too.
My recruiter's got one of these, but the cool thing is too, is like, just keep track of who you're talking to, who's a maybe, who said, call me later. I'm going to be a teacher in the summer, so call me in June. Yeah.
And one of the people that just joined my team is a teacher that thought a little bit ahead and joined the team now so that he could get a jump on it and be ready to go. He's a substitute teacher. So I'm sure he's going to listen to this later. So when he is, hi. But it was so great that he got a jump on that, because now as a substitute teacher, he doesn't get paid during the summer. So now he's going to be ready to go when summer hits. And that's the best thing you can do. That's the best thing that we can do for the people around us, is have them be ready when that summer hits, if we have any teacher friends. And one thing to mention with director, don't forget, it's not just 5 people. It can be 5 people. Like if I recruit Catherine and she recruits 4 more, she just made my job easier. There's 5 right there. So it doesn't have to be all people you recruit. It can be 5 people total on your team that are active in 1 month. So any
But
questions?
I think too, that once you start recruiting, I didn't notice anybody on here saying they haven't recruited yet, but you just kind of get, it's like booking a party. Once you've booked a party, you realize you can do that. And it will shrink in the time that you do it again before you book a party. I've kind of noticed the same thing with recruiting. Once you've done it, it's exciting. The next one comes easier and easier. So it's just a matter of getting a rhythm and learning and believing and sharing it.
Yes, and Raquel said that she's working on 2. Good
I
job.
love it.
It's very good. And it's very rewarding to know that you can help somebody accomplish something big in their life. So
Heather, one thing also, when you go to the homepage on Consultants Corner on our homepage dashboard there, if you see there's recruiting tips and it's new, they added some new stuff in there. So I was just looking at it, and there's some really great things that give you words to say that you can
that's
copy
awesome.
and paste. Yeah, it's really cool. I haven't looked at the booking ones, but I was looking at the recruiting ones. So
I
that's
did
kind
the
of a fun
opposite.
tip. So
I looked at the booking ones, and I don't even think I realized there were recruiting ones on there. So that's
yeah, if you see it, when you go to your homepage, you'll see it says new. There's like recruiting tips and booking tips, and it says new and new. So
awesome. Yeah, that's amazing. They give us words to use. So
What do you say when somebody says, oh, but it's just too expensive?
what's too expensive? Pampered Chef?
The
You know what I
product or
say?
the company?
the kit or the products?
The products.
You know what? I have a few different answers to that. I
Okay.
say, one of the things I say is, wow, that's surprising to hear you say that. Because I forget the exact statistics, but like 80% of our products are $30 and under. There's some statistic like that, or I make it up. I don't care. It's close enough. And I say, wow, and you know what? They last forever. I bought a pizza stone 25 years ago, and I'm still using it every day. My garlic press that was like $15 isn't much more than that now. And I'm still using that 25 years later. So that's an average of like what, a few cents a year, like 50 cents a year. That's a pretty good record. I also say if it's coming from a host, if that objection is coming from a host, and they say, I don't think any of my friends will buy because, they're all really tight on money right now. Nobody can spend any money. My answer to that is, well, that's really interesting, but think about this. The very first thing that people give up when they're watching their budgets is eating out. And so
Mhm.
people will buy because number one, they're looking for new recipes. They're looking for like spices to help make their cooking at home a little easier. And they're looking for the products because if you're going to build, let's say a dining room table from wood, if you're going to build a dining room table, you can do it with a handsaw and a hammer, but it won't be fun and you will never do it again. But if
Probably.
you have the right tools and it makes it a little bit easier and fun, we have all this IKEA stuff that we went and bought, and you won't believe it's been years since we did that. And you won't believe how much easier it is to put IKEA stuff together now that you can use a little drill with the little wrench on there versus using that Allen wrench going like this.
Mhm.
I'm like, I put together my daughter's dresser myself. And I had a fun time doing it because I had the cute little drill, because it made it easier. And if you have the right tools if you have the right tools to make cooking easier, you're going to do it more, you're going to stick with it longer, and you're going to save more money in the long run because you're eating at home and you're eating healthier too. So
And they say, well, I can go to Walmart and buy what, looks
good.
but
Go to
how many
Walmart,
times
buy
do
it,
you
and you'll
have
buy
to
it
pay
again in
for
2
that?
years.
How many times do you have to replace it?
Exactly. And that's what I say. I say, well, I also used when I first started cooking, I bought a set of Tefal cookware, or my mom did from QVC, whatever. Or no, I went and bought a thing of Rachel Ray cookware, the nonstick, and it was a great deal. I got a great deal on it. 2 years later, I was having to replace it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
Sometimes
I
what I
tell
like to
people,
say to
pay for
answer
shelf,
to that
stand behind it.
is, when somebody will say that, I'll just let them know that, men are so smart. Go in their garage and what you're going to find is all Black & Decker products. A man in a garage is not going to use a inferior product to put together, like what Heather was just saying, a table or a door. They're going to have the best tool because they know it's something that's going to last them. Women
Mhm.
deserve to have the best tool. We all know, everybody in this room knows, you've raised your hands that I had this product 15 years, 10 years. We have a warranty on every product. Our metal pans alone, you're never going to find these metal pans at Target. The ones at
Mm-mm.
Target, bend, ping, ours are not going to do that. You get what you pay for. And I want you guys to be as smart as those Black & Decker products in your husband's garage, because we deserve to have a great quality product, and you're not going to have to replace it for years. And I love going to my
And
store.
Melissa,
Yes.
the other thing to say to that person is, oh my gosh, you can find it cheaper than free.
True.
Yeah. Oh, you have a party. You don't have to pay. I do say, you know what? You can have a party and you don't have to spend a dime.
Right.
And so if they have a party and they buy stuff, and I always buy them a little gift. And if they truly don't want to spend a dime, instead of buying them a gift, I'll pay for their shipping.
Yeah.
So, all
And
right.
my
we're
host
over-
got so much free I was just saying, my host got so much free this month. It was just so fun to watch. They couldn't even, they were running out of ideas what to spend their free on. So that's true. And then Tammy she's doing her first in-home. And so Tammy, my suggestion to you is make sure you do name tags, because these are all people you don't know. You haven't been in a party for a while. And the name tags are for me, not for my host. But I love to call people by name when I'm at a party, especially when you're doing an in-home and you haven't done one for a while. It just kind of connects the room together. And so it's all fun. So thank you, Heather. This was awesome.
Okay. Well, I hope you
Mhm.
guys got something out of it, and thanks for being here, and thanks for being here and investing in your business. It's really important to show up. So good job, guys. Step one.
Yes,
All
thank
right,
you,
bye,
Heather.
everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining, everybody.